Title: There Will Be Blood. A desert in daytime, 3 rolling hills peppered with scrub brush, blue sky with scattered clouds. A muscular man is in a mine. He's in shadow with a pickaxe, striking at a wall of rock. Sparks fly from the impact. In the dark with a long file, the man rhythmically sharpens the blade of the pickaxe. His body is bowed over. He is wearing a threadbare, long-sleeved shirt and a wide-brimmed hat which hides his face from view. He wields the pickaxe again and continues striking at the wall of rock. Rock crumbles. The man examines the rubble. He slowly looks up. His profile is lit from sunlight above. He squints. He has a full beard and a sharp nose. The man slings a rifle over a shoulder. He climbs a ladder up a narrow shaft towards the ground above. At dusk, the man crouches in the desert among rocks and scrub before a small fire. He is wearing dark clothing. He sips from a cup, then stares into the distance. Wind rustles his hair. Lightning flashes behind him. Text appears on screen, 1898. By lantern light, the man chisels rocks inside the mine. He drops the chisel and picks up a shard of rock. It gleams. He spits on the rock and rubs at it with the palm of his hand. A stick of dynamite lies on an old wooden plank. The man picks up the dynamite. His hands are dirty. He wears a long-sleeved denim shirt and a wide-brimmed hat. He carefully wedges the dynamite into a cleft in the wall of rock. He drops the chisel and hammer and another tool into a metal bucket. He stands up and wedges the wooden plank into the cleft. A rope is tied to the wooden plank. He takes a packet of matches from his pocket and strikes one. He holds the flame to the fuse of the dynamite. The fuse sparks and catches. The man starts climbing up out of the mine, hoisting himself up on wooden planks. In daylight, above ground in the desert, the man climbs out of the mine shaft on a ladder. The rifle is still slung over his shoulder. The rope is flipped over a wooden scaffold. The man walks over to the rope and picks it up. He pulls at it, but it doesn't give. He lets go and staggers from the strain. In the mine shaft, the bucket tied to the rope lifts a few feet and then falls again. Above ground in daylight, the man puts down the rifle and picks up the rope with a determined expression on his face. In the dark mine shaft, the bucket tied to the rope starts rising toward the surface. Above ground, dust fills the air. The man crouches over, bracing himself with one hand on a pile of rock. The dust slowly clears. The man walks toward the mine shaft entrance and starts climbing down the ladder. The man climbs the ladder down the narrow entrance to the mine shaft. The rope dangles behind him. A rung snaps. He falls. Now the man lies flat on his back in the dark mine, his eyes wide with shock. He holds the rope and drags himself to a sitting position. One of his legs juts out at an odd angle. He lets go of the rope and leans over to his right. He scrabbles through small rocks on the ground of the mine. He picks one up and blows on it. He spits on it, then puts it in his pocket. He stands and grasps the rope with his left hand. He pulls himself up a few feet to a wooden plank and sits on it, releasing the rope. Grabbing the rope again, he pulls himself up toward the next wooden plank. Now, above ground in daylight, the man lies flat on his back, covered with dust. With his left leg, he propels himself slowly backward across a landscape of rock and dirt. The landscape behind him is desert and scrub brush, stretching all the way to 3 large hillocks in the distant horizon.